Hey YouTube fam, what's up? It's Patrick. It's so good to share another Wednesday practice video with y'all. Before we begin this session, make sure to hit the like button, and after you finish, leave a comment. Let me know how it went. It's always good to see how these practices are making y'all feel. If you're looking for a really mindful, steady practice, make sure to check out last week's video exploring a lot of basics, a lot of foundations. In this week's class, we're going to be a bit curious, we're going to be a bit experimental and see what comes up. I hope you enjoy the journey. Let's step onto our mats. My fucking leg hurts. To begin this week's practice, go ahead and come into a simple cross-legged seat. Take an inhale here, adjust your hips as you need to, maybe even elevate them for a moment. And then on your exhale, go ahead and fold forward, melt down and in there, and crawl around a little bit, wave around a little bit. See what it's like to have your forehead reach towards the floor. Try to drop down and in just a bit. Find a nice consistency to this space, but also, again, an exploration. So obviously you're in this fold, but you're just kind of moseying around. Try to take your breath into your lower back. See if you can find some lengthened space there. Keep reaching your skull forward. Sway your hips around a bit. You can walk your hands over to your right side if that feels good. Maybe even plant the right forearm down. Churn your left arm up and overhead a few times. This natural opening and closing can feel really good. Really simple as well. Then sweep your way back to center. Nuzzle around a bit. Inhale, lift your chest. Switch the cross of your legs. Go ahead and bring the left shin forward. Tailbone back in space. Inhale, lift the heart. And then exhale, melt down and in a bit. Again, give yourself those same few breaths here to sink in, to breathe into your lower back, and just get used to some of this movement through your hips, because for some of us it's very normal. We get into these spaces every single day. For others, it's not as normal. Like, you just want to embrace where you are. It's not right or wrong. However you're choosing to move through life and participate in the world. But the more you can acknowledge where you are, the easier it is to work with what you have, as opposed to working with what you don't, or trying to work through somebody else's framework or perspective. Go ahead and mosey over to the left side if that feels good. Maybe pin your left forearm down and churn your right arm up and down a few times. You're just kind of getting in to your side body, using your breath. Again, doesn't have to be aesthetically beautiful at all. It's just kind of helping you find a little bit of range. And then twist back into center. Find your space. Maybe it's a little bit deeper in this moment. And then go ahead and lift up. Roll over your ankles, find your way onto hands and knees, and your knees can be on the floor, they can be floating. And either way, I just want you to sway forwards and backwards a few times here, just getting a good rhythm, playing into your hands, really gripping the mat, having your knees hover. And then from here, push your hips up and back and find a downward facing dog. And for this first down facing dog of the day, it doesn't have to be your true down dog. And what I mean by that is you can play into a shorter stance or even a longer stance and just see what it's like to wave into the outer edges of your feet, going both directions. See if you can really get a good scoop underneath of your right hip, a good push through your palms. And then return yourself to center. Grip your hands into the floor. Take an inhale. And on your exhale, push your hips back in space. On your next inhale, roll forward towards a variation of plank pose. I don't even care if it's a shortened plank in this moment. Just feel your hands pushing down. Try to fill that space in between your shoulder blades. Really create a connection to your core here. Sometimes that's easier in a shortened plank. Take your inhale. And then on your exhale, push your hips back in space. As you get there, lower your forearms down to the floor and bend your knees until they're almost touching the floor. Now from here, keep your knees this low, engage your core, push into your palms, and straighten your arms, lean shoulders over wrists. Lower forearms down, knees stay low, push, shoulders forward, straighten arms. Forearms drop, arms straighten. Forearms drop, arms straighten. Forearms drop, arms straighten. Forearms drop, arms straighten. 3 more. Forearms drop, arms straighten. Forearms drop, arms straighten. Forearms drop. This time, instead of keeping the knees low, you're going to lift the hips high. So straighten your arms, straighten your legs, push up. Lower forearms down. Straighten your arms, straighten your legs. Forearms down, knees low. Straighten your arms, straighten your legs. Forearms down, knees low. Straighten your arms, straighten your legs. Forearms down, knees low. Step your feet in a little bit closer. Keep your forearms on the floor. Now just straighten your legs, lift. Lower your knees down. 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 Straighten your legs, lift. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push into the hands, shorten dog. Walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Bend your knees. Slide your hands underneath your feet. Push toes into wrist creases. Take an inhale here. And on your exhale, push through your feet. Pull down through your hands. Drive those hips up. Notice all that energy. Work through the arms, work through the legs. It's as much about coordination in those places as it is about strength. And you want to acknowledge that. Let your head be heavy. Pull your tailbone up towards the sky. Take your chest down towards the floor. Exhale, release. Inhale, roll yourself all the way up to stand. Inhale, reach your hands up to the sky. Let your palms touch. Exhale, pull your elbows down. Bind your hands behind your back. Push your palms together. Exhale, chase the ground behind you. Lift your heart up. Create some spaces. Really push through your glutes. Create length through the front body. Exhale, release. Inhale as you find your stability here. And on your exhale, roll down. Walk your hands back out, downward facing dog. Take an inhale in your downward facing dog, finding your longer stance. Then on your exhale, lower your forearms to the floor. So we're going to do a lot of work out of Dolphin Pose today. Push into the forearms. It's kind of a variation of dolphin and downward facing dog because we aren't going to shorten the stance much. But bend your knees, look forward. Then on your exhale, you're going to straighten your legs, straighten your arms, and step your right foot to the outside of the right hands. Keep your left knee lifted. Inhale, twist and reach your right arm up to the sky. On your exhale, right hand to the floor. Left knee stays bent as you push your right leg to straighten. Bend your right knee, lean forward. Roll to the outer edge of both feet. Right arm stretches up towards the sky, create space. Exhale, right hand to the floor. Left knee bends, right leg straightens again, pushing your hips back, finding your fold. Bend your right knee, lean your chest forward, and then walk your hands over to the left side of the mat, wide leg forward fold. Sink down and into this position a little bit more. Try to push through your toes, really diving into it. And then walk your hands back forward to the top of the mat. Plant your palms. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, step your right foot back to meet your left. On your exhale, lower your forearms to the floor. Hips to sky. Look forward, pull yourself into plank pose, and then take a vinyasa. So we have all these little elements of dropping your forearms today, helping you work through and move into your shoulders. As you make it back into downward facing dog, take an inhale. On your exhale, lower your forearms to the floor. Bend your knees until they almost touch the ground, root into the palms. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, straighten arms, straighten legs, and spring your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Right knee is lifted as you inhale, turn the chest open, fingers towards the sky. On your exhale, left hand down, right knee bends, left leg straightens. Push your hips back in space. Bend your left knee, roll to the outer edge of both feet. Inhale, churn, reach your left arm up towards the sky. Right hip scoops underneath you. On your exhale, left hand down to the floor. Bend your right knee, push your hips back in space, straightening your left leg. Inhaling here. On your next inhale, pull yourself forward, lean your heart out in front of you, and then walk your hands over to the right side of the mat, wide leg, forward fold. Hold here, lean into the toes, find a bit of space, a bit of length. Trust your breath. And then walk your hands back forward to your left foot. Lean your heart out as your palms press flat. Left foot steps back to meet right. Forearms drop to floor, hips lift up, and then pull yourself forward, plank pose. Move through your vinyasa. Notice the strength challenge. Find a good rhythm to moving from spot to spot. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, lower your forearms to the floor. Bend your knees until they almost touch the floor. Spring forward, right foot steps to outside of right hand. Left knee stays lifted again. Reach your right arm up towards the sky. Right hand down. Left knee bends, right leg straightens. Push your hips back in space. Bend your right knee. Left hand plants, roll to the outer edge of both feet. Inhale, reach up. Try to reach your right hand all the way over to the left side of the room. Exhale, right hand to the floor. Again, bend your left knee and straighten your right leg, melt down and into it. And then bend your right knee, look forward. This time, left foot steps to outside of left hand. Sit your hips low, pull your knees apart, active squat. Hands to heart center, inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, hinge forward as you push your hips back in space. Inhale, lift up, push your hips forward. Exhale, hinge back, heart goes out. Inhale, lift up, hips go forward. Exhale, hinge back, heart goes out. Inhale, lift up, hips go forward. Last time here, hinge at the hips. Exhale, finding your fold. Inhale, push the hips forward, open your chest. Straighten legs. Inhale, reach hands to the sky. Exhale, sit your hips down, find new depth. Imagine that you're taking your hips all the way to the back of the mat. Place your hands down on the ground. Step, walk, float back through your vinyasa. Hopefully you feel a lot of freedom in the hips here, helping you open to new space and territory in your practice, in your body, and in your physical awareness. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, lower your forearms to the floor. Drive through your arms. Feel the structural stability of your shoulders. Bend your knees. Feel this really low position. Spring left foot to outside of left hand as you straighten your arms. Inhale, twist and reach your left hand up towards the sky. Create space. On your exhale, left hand to the floor. Your right knee bends so your left leg can straighten more freely. Bend your left knee. Roll to the outer edge of both feet. Inhale, reach your left arm up to the sky. On your exhale, left hand down to the floor. Right knee bends, left leg straightens, you fold. Taking the moment here. Bend your left knee, lean forward. Right foot steps to outside of right hand. Pulling the knees apart, sit your hips low, hands at heart center. So really begin to work this hinge. Your heart is elevated, your spine is long. And then sit your hips back in space as you lean your skull forward. You can go deeper than me if you have the range. Inhale, rise, hips push forward. Sit your hips back, lean your skull out. Exhale. Inhale, rise, hips push forward. Exhale, hips push back, heart leans out. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hips push back, heart leans forward. Inhale, rise, hips push forward, heart leans back. Exhale, straighten legs. Inhale, reach your hands up towards the sky. Exhale, sit your hips down, heart lifted, knees pulling open. Exhale, hands to the floor, elbows bend. Your vinyasa. Lightness, connection, every step of the way. As you make it back into dog, push into your palms. Look forward, lift heels, bend knees. Bottom of exhale, step or float feet to the outsides of your hands. Inhale, active squat shape. Again, pulling the knees apart, hands at heart center, working that hinge. Hips back, heart forward. Hips forward, heart back. hips back, heart forward, hips forward, heart back, hips back, heart forward, hips forward, heart back. Last one here, hips back, heart forward. Try to go a little bit lower, push your range, hips forward, heart back. Exhale, straighten your legs. Wonderful job. Inhale, reach your hands up towards the sky. Feel how strong your legs are here. Exhale, sink down to a new depth. Imagine your hips are going to the back of the mat and your chest is lifting towards the ceiling. Hands to floor, elbows bent. Vinyasa. Feel the strength in your legs and the stability in your shoulders, creating more here. More for you to explore, more to fill your foundation, more mindfulness, more awareness, more focus. Last round here through our awakening A variation today. Look forward, lift heels, bend knees. Bottom of your exhale, step or float feet to the outsides of your hands. Be as graceful as you want in your landing. Active squat. Hands to heart center, knees pull apart. Hips back, heart forward, finding the hinge. Hips forward, heart lifts. Hips back, heart forward. Hips forward, heart back. Hips back, heart forward. Hips forward, heart back. Hips back, heart forward, and hold here. Really try to sink down and in. Grip the ground with your toes. Lead with your chest. Lift with your tailbone. Really try to hold in here. Feel the burn in your legs. Lift your chest up. Push forward. Try to sit a little bit deeper. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, reach your hands up. Exhale, sit your hips down. Inhale, hands to floor, elbows bent. Vinyasa. Finding a good rhythm to your movement. Notice how the work in Dolphin is setting up that pull through into your upward facing dog. Drive into your hands here. Take a deep breath. Look forward, lift heels, bend knees. Sink a little bit deeper. Bend your elbows. Look forward. Slowly pull yourself into upward facing dog in 5. Use your hands, use your feet. Feel the coordination. 4, 3, 2, on 1. Peel yourself open. Find length. Find breath. Sweep yourself back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, your right leg lifts up to the sky. On your exhale, right foot to right thumb. Inhale, rise. Double bent leg lunge. Exhale, straighten through your left leg. Inhale, hands to heart center, lean out. Crouching warrior. Exhale, straighten your right leg. Stick with me on this, especially if you're familiar with the salutation. Bend your right knee again. And then peel your left hip open, half moon. Right hand reaches down. Left hand reaches up. Gracefully step your left foot to the back of the mat. Warrior 2. Inhale as you land. Exhale. Sinks you into the position. Stretch through your hands. Really dive in a bit more here. Take an inhale. Hold. Feel the stability of the position. Your legs awake, active, and part of the equation. On your exhale, hands to the floor. Square off your hips. Bend your left knee until it almost touches the ground. And then inhale, peel yourself up. Hands reach towards the sky. Exhale, pull elbows down towards hips to lift your heart. Exhale, hands to the floor. Right leg sweeps up and back. Inhale, pull yourself through. Upward, facing dog. Exhale, cruise back, downward, facing dog. Inhale, your left leg stretches to sky. On your exhale, left foot to left thumb. Inhale, rise, double bent leg lunge. Hips are low. Exhale, drive to straighten through your right leg. Inhale, hands to heart center, lean out, crouching warrior. Exhale, straighten your left leg, push through your left big toe. Bend your left knee. Peel yourself open, half moon. Churn through your right side body. Sweep your left rib cage underneath you, and then gracefully step your right foot to the back of the mat. Inhale as you sit away. Exhale, I want you to find depth. Sink into it. Outer edge of right foot is your anchor that makes the inner line of your right leg strong. Breath fills your upper body. Organize your hips in space. Reach through your hands. One more inhale here. On your exhale, hands frame your left foot as you roll over your right toes. Bend your right knee until it almost touches the floor. And then inhale, rise. Reach your hands up towards the sky. Lean back. Exhale, pull your elbows down. Lift your chest. Hands to the floor. 3-legged dog. Left leg lifts. Inhale, pull yourself through. Upward facing dog. And exhale, wave everything back downward. Facing dog. Inhale, right leg to sky. Exhale, right foot to right thumb. Inhale, rise, double bent leg lunge. Exhale, straighten through your left leg. Push through your left big toe. Inhale, hands to heart center. Lean out, crouching warrior. The game is the same. Exhale, straighten through your right leg. Bend your right knee. Peel your left hip open as you spin your chest to the left. Find a new perspective, and then slowly land your left foot to the back of the mat. Warrior 2 legs. Exhale, sink deeper into your warrior 2. Take an inhale here. Really hold your position on your exhale. Take an inhale, fill space. On your exhale, hands to the floor. Roll onto your left toes. Bend your left knee. Inhale, rise. Push your hips forward as you reach your hands up and above you. Cactus your arms, really open the heart. Breathe into new space. Exhale, hands to the floor. 3-legged dog. Your right leg chases the sky. Inhale, pull yourself through. Upward facing dog. Exhale, waves you back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, your left leg lifts. On your exhale, left foot to left thumb. Inhale, rise, double bent leg lunge. Exhale, straighten through your right leg. Inhale, hands to heart center, lean out, crouching warrior. Exhale, straighten through your left leg. Bend your left knee. Peel your chest open to the right. Work through your hips. Rotate through your rib cage. Trust your balance. Land your right foot gracefully at the back of the mat. Inhale to sit away. Exhale to sit in. Stretch through your fingers. Feel your foundation. Feel the sweat building here. This practice is very invigorating. Lean into that. Breathe into that. Frame your left foot as you roll over your right toes. Bend your right knee to build your foundation. Inhale, rise. Hands chase the sky. Lift up. Exhale, pull your elbows down towards your hips. Heart reaches up. Hands to the floor. Palms plant. Left leg lifts. Inhale, pull yourself through. Upward facing dog. Exhale, wave yourself back. Downward facing dog. Grip the mat here. Push into your palms. Lean into your strength. Lean into your stability. Look forward. Lift heels. Bend knees. Bottom of exhale. Step or float feet to the outsides of your hands. Let them land gracefully as you sit low into your passive squat. Half circles here. Half circle wheel. Sway side to side. Play the energy of your feet. We're going to move right first. So as you lean to your right side, plant your right hand behind you, push through your feet, bridge your hips up towards the sky, left arm reaches overhead, and close. Circle around to the other side, left hand plants, push through your feet, open your heart. Exhale, close, circle around. Right hand plants, push through your feet, open your heart. Exhale. Return to center. Left hand plants. Push through your feet. Open your heart. Exhale. Close. Find your center. Find your breath. Sit into your squat. Feel all of that energy playing into your legs. Exhale to clear. Inhale in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Soft pause. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round here. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. One more round. Half circles, 4 circles, 2 each direction. Ready, set, go. Right hand plants. Drive and open yourself up. Find your energetic shift. Sweeping left and sweeping right. Keep pushing through your feet to create space and connection. As you finish, roll onto your back body. One hand on heart, one hand on belly. Your legs are probably pretty tuckered out at this moment. We've worked quite hard here. As you lay here, feel your heart pulsing in your chest. Feel it rebounding off your fingertips. Feel it reverberating through your bones. Letting it remind you that you're here, that you're present, that you're connected to this space. However you're choosing to practice, you're practicing all the same. Whatever shows up for you physically, the only thing that matters is you showed up physically. So connect to that, connect to this moment and trust in yourself. We have one more active pose today, bridge or wheel. Place hands and feet, rise up to the position that serves you here. Feel your lift off. Feel your drive. Feel your breath. More whole, more connected, more purposeful. Wherever you are, you're here for 5, for 4, 3, 2, on 1. Let it go. Lay down flat. Let your arms drop open. Let your eyes be still. Let your mind flutter around until eventually it finds a steady place to land as well. Let your breath be kind. Let it be nourishing. Replenish yourself from your physical efforts. Feel your spine softly grounding into the floor. Hug your knees into your chest, rooting your spine slightly more. Take a few breaths here. Reach your legs up towards the sky. Option to have your hands behind your hamstrings if that feels good. Option to let your hips sink down a bit. Option to take your feet up the wall if you have one close by. Maybe you're practicing at the park, it's feet up a tree. Feet leaning against a rock. So many options, a bench. Or of course nothing at all, just floating in space. Try to stay long through your legs here, whether that's pushing your heels in towards the structure or pulling your knees down towards your hips. And slowly come to Supta Baddha Konasana if your feet are floating in midair. If you're feeling a nice support system where you are, of course, feel free to stay. Bring your hands onto your rib cage. Deep inhale, feel the expansive nature of the breath. Exhale half of the air out. Inhale another full breath. Exhale all of the air out. Push with your hands slightly to really try to create clearing. 3 more breaths just like this. Inhale to full capacity. Exhale half of the air out. Inhale again, another full breath. Try to stretch capacity. Notice how there's more to be had. There's more to gather. Exhale, clear everything out. And use your hands to continually push, assisting the cleaning, if you will. Deep inhale. Feel the expansive nature, 360 degrees of capacity and space. Exhale halfway. Inhale, deepest breath in. Exhale, push all the air out, clear everything. Notice how physical the breath is becoming now that you're using your hands. Notice how you're creating more channels for the breath to flow. Big inhale. Broader, deeper, bigger. Exhale halfway. Big inhale, create space. Let it be the biggest one yet. Be at your complete capacity in this moment. Try to linger in this space for a second. And then exhale, let it all go. Move with ease into the natural rhythm of your breath. Close your eyes if that hasn't already happened. Feel the ease of the inhale, the pause, and the exhale. Embracing the moment, embracing your efforts, having gratitude for the space you've created for the self, for yourself and the self, for what you've offered, for what you've given, and what's returned. Just linger in that space for a brief moment. Be in dialogue with yourself. Have those honest conversations. Become your own biggest fan. Linger in this space of ease and grace for as long as you need to. As always, thank you so much for joining me for this practice. Look forward to sharing space with you again very soon. Have an amazing rest of your day. Peace.